Hello, I'm Cindy McNeil with a special visitor here, Mr. Yasuda, Superintendent of the National Police Agency in Japan. Mr. Yasuda, is this your first visit to the United States?
Yes, this is our second trip in the United States.
Oh, yeah. And what was your purpose of your trip?
I came to the United States to do research on crime victims relief system in the United States.
Oh, very interesting. And where have you visited so far?
First of all, I visited Washington, D.C., and after that, I visited several other cities, for example, Boston, or New York City, or Pittsburgh, or, and Philadelphia.
Very interesting. And what's been your favorite place?
Of course, this Northern.
Great. What's been the most impressive thing you've seen so far? The most impressive?
Most impressive in the United States. People in the United States, there are much more crimes, unfortunately, than in Japan. Yeah. But on the contrary, there are a lot of people work for to help victims, to help crime victims. So that's very great, I think.
Oh, okay. And what do you hope to bring back with you to Japan?
Yes, people gave me a lot of knowledge very kindly. So if possible, I'd like to start a victim assistance program in Japan.
Great. Thank you very much for coming. Once again, Mr. Yasuda, a superintendent in the National Police Agency in Japan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I said say good morning. On behalf of the International Police, I want to welcome you here in the United States and also here in Northtown High School, also Montgomery County. We're very happy to play host to you and show you around something about our great area here. Okay. You're a superintendent of police in your locale in Japan.
Yes.
And you did work with terrorists. Some of the police work you did with.
Yes, actually, now I'm in charge of crime victims compensation system in Japan. But up to 6 months ago, I was in charge of investigating tourism.
That's a tough job.
Yeah,
well, you come out looking pretty good. You didn't get blown up or anything, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any experiences? Had some kind of close shave that you almost got killed or anything, or anything interesting you remember?
Yeah. In Japan, there are several terrorist groups, especially ultra-leftist violent groups. So they sometimes use their bombs. So innocent people were killed by them, by such kind of bombs. So very ashamed. Yeah.
This unit you're with now is a victim. In other words, if someone's a victim, like a homicide, got killed, you help your unit. You make the investigation.
Yes.
They like to help pay what, funeral expenses and things like that.
Yes, we compensate for victims funeral expense or lost wages or medical expense or something like that. Yeah.
Well, this morning I had to go pick you up at in Philadelphia, and And it was just a little coincidence that they lost your shirts, and we had to wait another half hour to get your shirts. But after we leave here at the Northtown High School, I want to take you, I want to share, we'll sit down and eat. We're going to go to a nice Italian restaurant. You said you like Italian food, and we'll share some spaghetti together. But, you know, there's something real symbolic about today. You know, today is December 7th.
Yes.
You know, it's a day that bombing of Pearl Harbor, and it was a war between Japan and America. But here we are now, what, over close to 50 years, and we're police officers, or well, we worked. I'm a former police officer, but here you are. We're together, and we're going to, you know, twist spaghetti together a little later. And I want to visit Montgomery County District Attorney's office. I want you to meet the chief, Oscar Vance, and also Fran Letter, who is our executive director, who made a contact. I got a call that there was a superintendent of police coming from Japan, so I'm very honored to be able to, you know, show you around and show the sites. You have to catch a plane at 3:30, and it's now 11:30. So I'm going to try to get to see as many things as possible. You're married?
Yes, I'm married.
And you have any children?
Yes, I have just one son. My son is just 1 year old.
But your mom and dad, what do they do for a living over in Japan? And you have a sister too, right?
Yes, I have a younger sister.
And what do they do for a living over there?
My parents and my younger sister run the Japanese traditional sweet meals shop.
What's that?
Very traditional Japanese cake.
Oh, cakes and cookies?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Fortune cookies? No? Oh, well, okay.
Unfortunately, not.
Well, how do you like the United States?
Yeah. I like the United States. People are very independent. So
very independent,
yes.
Right? In what way? What do you mean by that?
Actually, in Japan, families unite is very close. So I think it's sometimes it's very good thing, but sometimes they are not so independent than United States. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So.
Well, how about juvenile delinquency? I spent most of my police career working in juvenile delinquency as a police officer. How do you find Japan? It's the youth over there. There's problems like most countries, drugs, and what is that one of your big problems in police work? What do you think?
Yeah, of course. Also in Japan, we have a lot of problems in the school. But for example, sometimes boys and girls use violence. They are very violent. But fortunately, up to now, in Japanese schools, they don't have drugs. They don't use drugs very much. Yeah. So, but I don't know in the future.
Is there more respect for authority, like police officers, school teachers, and parents? Do you find that respect, or do you think that some of the juveniles today are losing along the way? Do you find that there's a respect for authority for the youth today in Japan?
For juveniles?
Yeah.
It's hard to
hard to answer, right? Yeah.
But most Japanese juveniles, even now, respect their parents.
The parents. It's still a strong family tie, I guess, right?
Yes.
Still a strong family tie.
And Japanese society is a very child-oriented society. So children is most valuable person among the family.
Now, when you leave, I'm going to be taking you down to the airport around 2 o'clock, and from there you're going to go to where?
After that, I'm going to go to Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Yes.
And then from there, you're going to stay in Lane a couple days?
Yes, I'm going to stay there a couple of days, and after that, I'm going to Tallahassee, Florida.
Tallahassee, Florida.
Yes.
Okay, that's part of the study, and
yes,
you know.
right.
And then where? I think you're getting a happy ending here. Where are you going to go from there, from Tallahassee?
The last place I will visit will be Los Angeles.
Yeah, but you're going to stop. Why don't you stop at Disney World or something? And who are you going to meet there?
Probably I will go Orlando. So.
Yeah, and you're going to meet your wife there, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you're going to visit. Right, that's great. And then from there, you're going to go to Los Angeles?
Yes, and after that, I'm going to go to Los Angeles to visit District Attorney's Victim Witness Assistance Program. Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure here, and it's going to be a pleasure to spend the next 6 hours with you. And I could say that on this symbolic day that we have peace, and that's most important in the world, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.